The High Orc leader says, "Welcome humans. We've been waiting." Tension fills the air as the hunter leader prepares to charge, aiming for the orc leader. To reach the orc leader, they'll first have to get through his 4 strongest warriors. The hunters remain still, waiting for the command. Humans. The orc leader releases his aura, freezing everyone in place. Everyone trembles, never having felt such power before. The hunter asks, "Why bring us here? Your warriors alone could have taken us out." The orc leader replies, "For entertainment, for my warriors." However, there was one odd presence in the hunter group. "Our lives are just entertainment." Lee growls, then shouts, "Charge!" To his shock, no one moves. Everyone stands frozen, defeated. As Lee was about to strike, the orc leader uses a protection spell, summoning an ice wall that throws him back. The orc leader casts a gravitation spell, making Lee float before slamming him into the ground like a ball, again and again. His teammates, powerless, only able to watch him suffer. As his team looks back, Jin-woo appears, saving him. "I can't interfere. This dungeon is their property," he says. "But since your team's about to be wiped, can I wipe out all the orcs?" Out of nowhere, an orc attacks, but Jin-woo uses his gravitation skill, sending it flying like a ball, asking Hunter Lee once again, "Can I wipe all the orcs?" With a desperate look, Lee pleads, "Please, help us." The orc leader praises Jin-woo, asking, "How will you take all of us out? I've never felt such power." The orc leader smiles, replying, "Isn't that obvious?" Jin-woo replies with a smirk, "This is a terrible match. For you, I mean. Come forth," Jin-woo commands, summoning his shadow army to rival theirs. Maxing his aura. Outside the dungeon, Woo Jin-chul, an investigator from the Korea Hunters Association, arrives with his team, looking for Daddy Woo. One miner says, "When I looked into his eyes, I knew he was suspicious." "So where is he?" Jin-chul asks. "He went into the dungeon, and even Mommy Cha followed him right after." "What's all the fuss about?" Confused, Jin-chul wonders why Mommy Cha followed. A miner says he must have unalived someone. Jin-chul responds, "You'll find out tomorrow on live broadcast." As they were about to leave, Jin-chul suddenly felt a strange energy. Curious, they check the readings and discover it's a high A-level dungeon gate. As Mommy Cha went deeper, she realized their team couldn't handle the orcs alone. She got serious. As always, Daddy Woo was maxing his aura. The shaman asks, "How can you take all my soldiers with just a few of your shadows?" As Daddy Woo stands there with his shadows, the group is in disbelief. How can a human be this powerful, summoning so many shadows? As the shaman gives the order, all the orcs charge, ready to attack. Meanwhile, Iron and Igris, together with Daddy Woo, effortlessly take down the orcs, managing the shadows. Daddy Woo decides to turn the orcs into his shadows. The shaman casts an explosion spell, wiping out all the shadows. The shaman watches as the shadows regenerate right before his eyes. As Jin-woo charged at the shaman, he was stopped by his protection spell. As the shadows fight the orcs, the shaman uses his explosion spell again, eliminating all the shadows. Thinking he drained Jin-woo's mana, the shaman was unaware. Our king was ready with a potion. As he regained his mana, Jin-woo says, "Arise," making all of the fallen orcs his shadows. Pointing at the shaman, Jin-woo says, "You are up next." The shaman in disbelief thinks, could he be, As the battle between the shadows and orcs continued, the shaman was in full rage. The shaman orders his 4 generals, "Take him down and bring his corpse." As the generals stepped into the fight, Iron went toe-to-toe, overpowering one. As Iron went for the final blow, our boy Igris got jumped by 2 generals at the same time. He went straight for the sword in the air, taking down one general with ease. As the other general attacked, Igris dodged and threw him with style. On the other hand, Iron was ready to deliver a blow, sending him straight to the Shadow Bear, finishes him with a single blow, taking all the generals down. Shaman and Sean. As the hunter team moved to hell, Shaman cast a spell, plunging everyone into agony. The shaman warned the audience not to interfere. Then he noticed Jin-woo, completely unaffected by the spell. Jin-woo shadow cast a spell, shattering the shaman's shield, leaving him defenseless. At the gate, Mommy Cha entered the orc castle. She saw the beast. "How could a mage summon a magic beast?" she asked. The hunter glanced at her. "We don't know either." As the shaman grew angry, he cast a spell, turning into a giant, ready to crush everyone beneath his feet. Jin-woo wasn't happy, remembering his past experience with giants. The shaman blasted fire from his mouth, but Jin-woo, unfazed, dodged it and charged straight at him, landing fatal blows. As the surveillance team entered the dungeon castle, "What the skibbity is happening here?" "They're summoned by that aura maxer," said Mommy Cha. As Jin-woo couldn't damage the shaman with his dagger, he let go of the dagger, making a punch, delivering a fatal blow, making the shaman eat the floor, leaving Mommy Cha wondering, who is that aura maxer? As the shaman was on his knees, Jin-woo stood, saying, "The moment your guard dropped, you were defenseless." The shaman screams as he stabbed, his breath fading with each moment, taking him down. As Jin-woo couldn't take anything since the dungeon wasn't his property, he placed his hand on the shaman. "Arise," making him his shadow, shocking the hunter team. Even Mommy Cha and Hunter Chul Becoming the shadow of the highest rank, Drippy-Woo forgets his name, granting him a new name, Tusk. As the surveillance team watched, Drippy-Woo glanced back, only to see Jin-Chul and Mommy-chan. The hunter team asked, "How can a porter like him take down this dungeon all by himself?" The surveillance team replied, "His identity is classified. We're tasked with escorting him to avoid any conflicts." Their leader respected the decision and thanked Drippy-Woo on behalf of everyone. Before leaving, Drippy-Woo handed back the girl's book, saying, "Why not deliver your will yourself?" On leaving, Mommy-chan wanted to talk with our glorious king, but she was asked, "Why are you holding a pickaxe?" Embarrassed, and said, "What if he thinks I'm weird?" Confused, the hunter, Mommy-chan replied, "Never mind.